I've heard, and theories around the internet have obviously said that these hybrids are looking more and more human-like over the years. Can you tell us what is the reason for this and what is their intention?
People have asked me that question for years, for many, many years. You think they're walking around among us? Are hybrids walking around among us? And I used to love that question because it always made me feel sane when I said, absolutely not. There's no evidence whatsoever that they're walking among us. And I felt good, and I felt like I could actually say no to something. Now, having spent since 2003 investigating this subject of just that point, I can say that my defense has been stripped away. I can't feel sane anymore. I have to I'm all in with this in a sense. And the evidence has now pushed me to the situation, to the position where I think that this is an infiltration program, an integration program into the society, and it started maybe 10 years ago, something that these beings have called the Changed, and they've been calling it that for many years. And I think the change has happened, and that there are hybrids who look quite human, who are now integrating into the society. In fact, that's what my next book will be on, which I'm still working on. And it's about the processes and the bureaucracy involved with integrating into the society. I used to think, well, we'll just wake up one day and then they'll be here, you know. It's not like that. It's much more complex. And there is a technique that is involved that uses abductees and uses advanced people. And there's a bureaucracy all the way up into the alien world. And that's what my next book will be on. I've been threatening to write this book forever, and I'm on the last chapter now, and it's still got to be revised about 500 times, and then it'll finally be ready to be turned down by every publisher in the United States.
We at Third Phase of Moon, we receive about 150,000 views a day. We get a lot of comments and questions in regards to any kind of physical evidence. Over the years, have you come across anything that you might want to share with our YouTube viewers watching right now?
The problem of evidence is always difficult. We don't have an alien ashtray that says made on Mars underneath it. We wish we did have that. We don't have alien screwdrivers or things like that. Nor do we have a whole heck of a lot of alien DNA. But in fact, Bill Chalker in Australia has produced a hair of a hybrid, perhaps, that shows very unusual DNA and genetic markers in it, and suggests a very, very, very unusual type of being, of human, could have shed that hair. I have a hair also that has not been analyzed by anybody, although I once tried to get it, but with no luck. I'm going to have to spend money to try to do it, and there's no guarantees that it'll show anything, to tell you the truth. But the evidence ultimately is anecdotal. The evidence is that all sorts of people around the world, regardless of their backgrounds, regardless of their economic status or their geographic status or their educational level or their religion or their race or their ethnicity, regardless of anything, all say the same things in exactly the same way that is absolutely sort of mind-boggling in its scope and detail. Not only that, but high-functioning people, that is people with PhDs and LLDs and MDs and so forth, people who are CEOs of organizations, also say the same things, and they know that saying that is directly against their own self-interest. You cannot say, I'm being abducted on a regular basis by aliens from another planet or universe or wherever, and expect to be taken seriously. Well, let me just say that people are abducted in groups as well. People see them being abducted from time to time, although it is rare, and are not abducted themselves. People see them being abducted, and they are abducted themselves, like family members, or people all together in a car, and they can confirm each other's abduction. And people return with unusual, fully formed scars on their bodies, scars that were not there the day before. And I can absolutely 100% attest to that. I have seen that with my own eyes, so to speak. And consequently, there is physical evidence, and you have to put them together, and you realize this is something that's either psychologically generated, it comes out of a person's mind, or it's happening. And the evidence for it being psychologically generated is exceptionally weak to even build it up from that. It's virtually non-existent. And consequently, you have to go with the other hypothesis that this is actually happening to them.
Dr. Jacobs, I really want to thank you for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon. It's been a pleasure.
Well, it's my pleasure. I wish I could have expounded more and more until everybody is bored to death with it, but I do the best I can.
We look forward in the future. If you have any more information in regards to UFOs and the hypnotic regression with these sessions that you have, you come to us at Third Phase of Moon and share it with us, right?
It's a deal.
Thank you again, David. And if anybody out there wants to know more about David Jacobs' regress hypnotic sessions, you can check out his website right here. And if anybody out there has captured anything amazing in regards to UFOs, contact us at Third Phase of Moon via Skype or Facebook. My name's Blake Cousins, and we'll see you again next time.